Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Not only Mercato is crazy, but I tell you, even Beppe starts to be totally crazy. And no, because it's totally crazy what is happening today. Today it looks like we are in a restaurant and we receive a menu, all you can eat. You have 4 beautiful dishes, but you can only take 3 of them. 3 out of 4 names. We are speaking about Jadon Sancho, Conceicao, Nico Gonzalez, Koopmeiners. From these 4, the plan of Juventus is to bring 3 at home. And the original plan that Giuntoli had in mind, well, is slightly changing. Like I am changing my plans, because my plan after the video of this morning, that I recommend you to go back and watch if you didn't yet, is changing because it was to come at 11 p.m. to speak with you live. We will probably do it as well, but I'm obliged to come with a breaking news because all the journalists are speaking about the same names at the same times and they are reporting more or less the same things. We speak about all these players and the possible impact in this video. But first of all, of course, if you are totally crazy, as I am, continue to put a maximum of like on today's video. A last really small effort because we are that close to 33,000 Juventini and I'm sure that we can go beyond. We can go doing things that are totally crazy. I was not planning to have 33 at the end of August. Maybe we can go to 34. Who knows? You never know in life. So maximum of like, comment and choose. Tell me who you pick from these 4 names. Give me 3 of them in the comment section because now we start. What and why are we here? Because the plan originally was Kalulu, center back. And then we go for, in terms of chronology, the easiest one to pick, Nico Gonzalez. And after that, probably next week, in the last few days of Mercato, we go with Koopmeiners. From the moment that we understood how much we have spent for Nico Gonzalez and how much we have spent for Koopmeiners, what are the formula that we were able to reach as agreement with their clubs, we go for another offensive winger with an option to buy. The name that was really strong since a few days was Conceicao. We all know about it, even if Porto, they were not totally open about the formula. So we were looking around, and since yesterday, another name came in that list, Sancho. There was a problem, of course, the salary of Sancho. We already spoke about it this morning. I told you the salary for the first year of Sancho, it's high, of course, but I don't really see it as a huge mountain to climb with impossibility to reach the top. I think that we can even find an agreement, and they explained it everything this morning. I will not come back on all these details. So, 2 names. Or, after our objectives, we go for Conceicao on loan, or we go on loan with an option to buy for Jadon Sancho. And then, who knows, you never know, miracles. The cherry, the icing, a Vice Vlahovic, because breaking news, Milik didn't train yet and is already officially out of the squad for Verona Juve. That's a problem, guys. That's a real problem because today we have only Dusan Vlahovic. So Juventus is really thinking the next one. We need with Milik out or with Milik in, but probably we need also there an offensive striker. Not only wingers, but also a striker. Idea of Thiago Motta and Giuntoli. Breaking news as well. Weston McKennie has extended until 2026. Real first team player also for 24-25, but that's not why we are here. We are here to tell you that sometimes the plans are changing, because from that original plan of Giuntoli, we are in another situation today. Today we are in a situation where, because of Fiorentina, because of Atalanta, because they take all the time in the world, and not only they are taking time, but a club like Fiorentina, every single day they are asking for more and more and more and more money. At today, from what we read, we have no agreement yet, final agreement for Koopmeiners. We have no final agreement for Nico Gonzalez. Juventus, they are obliged. When you are looking at our team, at today, our team is incomplete and we need. But if some people this morning, they were telling me in the comment section, Beppe, you will see that at the end of the Mercato, we will have no Koopmeiners, no offensive wingers, and the players that we will go for are Loriente Berardi from Sassuolo because they are in 2nd division. That's the name that we will have at max. You want to dream? Dream about Raspadori and El Shaarawy. That's what people were telling me, but that's apparently not the idea of Cristiano Giuntoli. That is thinking totally different about the situation. What if, with all what happened around in the last few days, the idea is, you know what? Let's go for Sancho and Conceicao. And Nico Gonzalez, he remains at Fiorentina. Not for the guy, because the guy, he found an agreement with Juve. Like all the players that we are talking about. Conceicao, Jadon Sancho, Nico Gonzalez, Koopmeiners, they all find an agreement. They all found an agreement and length of contract. All the details are done. These players, they all want to join Juve. Unfortunately, we need to negotiate with their clubs. And Fiorentina is doing difficult. What if it will be Sancho and Conceicao on top of Koopmeiners without Nico Gonzalez? Could be an option. What if, and I'm sure that here you will do totally crazy, you will not love what I will present you, but what if we have really difficulties to land Koopmeiners? And the idea is, you know what? Let's go for 3 offensive wingers. For Nico Gonzalez, for Conceicao, for Sancho, and you play Yildiz as a number 10. No Koopmeiners, because Atalanta is difficult, and because that money that we banked for him, that we part for the number 7 of Atalanta, we keep it to reinforce. And then you have wingers out of Nico Gonzalez, Sancho, Conceicao, Wea, and even Bangula. 5 players within the middle of the field. As number 10, you have a Yildiz, you have a Adzic, and you have possibly one by one, you have a Douglas Luiz or Locatelli or whatever that can play in that advanced midfield as a real number 10. Could be, or a Fagioli or whatever. Could be that that's the plan, as I was starting to think about this morning. If Nico Gonzalez and Koopmeiners or both are not possible at a certain moment, you need to go for a B plan. And I prefer that you tell me, Beppe, they are working on big names a la Sancho, a la Conceicao, instead of Loriente and Berardi, with all the respect for these players. I don't know if you agree with me or not. Of course, all these players cannot join. If we still have a Chiesa and a Kostic on our books until the end of season 24-25, or maybe even longer for the Kostic, for example, that are more years than Chiesa on contract. Chiesa is heating up at Barcelona. Barcelona, they are leaving their players go out of contract. Gundogan to Manchester City, and this player there, and this player there, so that they can start registering Olmo, and then probably also Federico Chiesa that is about to agree to be a Blaugrana next season, saving up salary there. Kostic can possibly go to Fiorentina because they are really interested in him, or maybe to other clubs, because that's the thing. Juventus, they are really thinking Arthur, Kostic, cost a lot of money to the club, especially Arthur. Fiorentina is asking for Arthur again on loan with part of the salary paid by Juve. And Juve said, you know what? Oh, guys, you're doing difficult for Nico Gonzalez. Why should we again loan you a player paying part of the salary? If we have another offer and we are ready to wait until the 30th of August, if we have another offer from an English club that is able to pay all the money for Arthur, he goes there and he doesn't go to you, which is totally logical. Then if you're open to discuss with us to make our life a bit easier for a target that is Nico Gonzalez, we can eventually discuss about, we can eventually think again about the same formula for Arthur. But what about Kostic? Do you also open the door here because you want the player? The salary is not crazy great because it's 2.5, which in Fiorentina standards are quite high, but what do we do with those players? Depends. But Juve, they need to let both of them go if they really want to reinforce. If it's only Kostic, probably we'll go with the better possible structure, means an option to buy for only one player. If Chiesa leaves, maybe you go with an option or maybe even an obligation to buy for a player where you can cash a bit more in. If both of them leave, Kostic and Chiesa, maybe you can go for structure. I tell you, according to me, from all these players, you know what will be decisive? What will be decisive? What will at the end matter? Because Thiago Motta and Giuntoli, they agree. They like all these players. Functional, someone better, someone less, versatile, whatever. They can play on the left, on the right. I can tell you what will be decisive. It's the clubs that are opening the fastest to the best possible structure offer. That will matter. That will be decisive. If it's Nico Gonzalez for 40 million, forget about it. Forget about it. If it's Nico Gonzalez for 35 plus bonus, payable in 3 years, with an option now and an obligation later, that can be something. If Conceicao and Porto are opening, not Conceicao, but Porto about Conceicao, they are opening for an option, he can be the first one. He can be there today already, this evening already. It depends on the first club that will say, okay, we agree to what you're offering to us. And that will be extremely important. Guys, what are they speaking about? Porto, press conference, Conceicao not called up. They are already finding an agreement with Arsenal to have Fabio Vieira to Porto for a loan. That will unlock even faster the situation of the kid, of Kiko Conceicao to Juve. So things are really moving. Today, the coach of Porto even admitted, yes, they are interested of Juve. It can be something that can happen. What Fabrizio Romano, Pedula and all reported. Today in the Athletic, they even wrote a total fantastic, beautiful article about Juventus that is interested in Sancho. The problem could possibly be the salary in a way, yes, but we already talked about that. The structure could be option to buy or obligation to buy with a part of the salary paid by Manchester United. The value of 40 million is a bit a stretch for Juve, so they will discuss about that, but they already discussed about that 6 weeks ago. They already found an agreement nearly on everything, so it can be real. But you know what is the most beautiful? Fabrizio Romano, Pedula, Di Marzio, they all report exactly the same. Juventus is currently in talks with the agents of Jadon Sancho, Nico Gonzalez, Francisco Conceicao. They are speaking with all these agents, with all these big names as we speak. So forget about Berardi, Loriente, El Shaarawy, Raspadori. These are the D options. Maybe they will arrive tomorrow, right? You never know. Huh? But at the moment, Juventus really want to do something beautiful. They are really believing that they can do something, that they can reinforce Juventus for cheap, with structured options, what they are offering, but with really beautiful names. So Juventus is going for it. Let's see who will land at Juventus for that breaking news. Juventus is confident on Nico Gonzalez, as Juventus is confident on Conceicao, as Juventus is confident on Jadon Sancho, as Juventus is confident about Koopmeiners. Then, being confident, having the agreement of the player is not enough. The clubs need to agree. It's a domino. The first one that will accept, boom, boom, we will see him in Torino. Really fast. Grazie for listening. It's a short video. I don't know even how to close that video. So thank you. Grazie, forza, Juve. Ciao.